Watch. Hey, that's that look. Hey, man, I just want to know the time.
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Hey.
Let's do this.
Before we get going, Lo texted me this morning. This afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Emergency podcast recording. Are you available? I said, oh man, Father's Day. I'm trying to chill. I said, you know what? Hey, he got something to say. Let's go ahead and get it done. So, without further ado, what the hell we about to talk about?
Man, I just hold on a second, man. I gotta find.
You gotta find something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta find this stuff first, man, cause we're gonna go into Philando Castile.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about that a little bit. First of all, I want to sit back and say this for everybody that's listening today, whether you're with your children or solo. I think it's gonna be a good. I think it's gonna be a good podcast.
Okay.
It's great. Could be a great session today.
Positive energy.
Absolutely. It's we are a sports podcast. We're not gonna deviate totally, but we're gonna talk about things that are in the sports related world. Really, we are.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it comes down to when I say Philando Castile, we're going to talk about some things that I feel from a sports perspective, how things can change.
Okay.
Accountability, understanding, awareness, and things of that nature. So let me get into it by doing this. First of all, everything that I say today might not be totally accurate from a standpoint of knowing what somebody else does and what they do not do.
Okay.
My feelings are accurate.
Okay.
But I might say something about a person and what I think he should do, and he may be doing that, but the public might not know it.
Right.
So therefore, I'm gonna put it out there like that.
Okay. That's respectful.
Yeah. And I can start out like this. Everybody knows a couple weeks ago when LeVar Ball came out with the shoe, talking about big ballers, blah blah blah. My first person that I'll talk about would be Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
Shaq. And
Big
Shaq,
Diesel.
Yeah, the Diesel responded back saying LeVar Ball, blah 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 with this. He put a tweet out, had thousands of retweets and everything else. Not really pumping LeVar Ball up, but saying something negative. And talking about, shoot, instead of taking that positive, helping to build that other brand. When in all actuality, for the brand that Shaq is pulling for, when it was a Reebok, we supported Shaq. We supported him from day one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We supported his
Kazam,
his albums.
Shaq Fu, Fu-Schnickens.
Yeah.
I mean, all that. Yeah.
All of that. So when we were supporting Shaq, it's not just him, but every NBA player, every NFL player, whatever. But I'm gonna particularly talk about basketball.
Right.
We put them on a pedestal because of the talent that they have. And we try to push them through, and we support them because we see that they have a chance to, quote unquote, make it.
Right.
To get away from the things that we go through daily, that we struggle with daily. So we put them out there, and they make millions of dollars, and we're happy for them. I'm not hating on them. I don't know. We're happy for them. We buy their shoes, we buy their gear, we buy their product, we support them. We hope that they get another max contract. They go out and buy this, they go out and buy that. All good. But it bothers me when somebody sit back and says, like Shaq says about LeVar Ball, because LeVar Ball is probably in his mid-40s or 50s, and this is the most success that he's had, per se, as a man. I don't
probably,
know.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
Yeah.
So, in the public perspective.
Absolutely.
So, for Shaq to say, or any other NBA player, or anybody else to talk down on this man, you might not. I don't know if you read the Players Tribune today. That his son put out an excellent article.
I get emails on every day.
You got to read the article.
I haven't read it though.
But what I'm saying is this: as an NBA player, whether it's Charles Barkley, Shaq, or anybody else, many of us they all struggle. We all went through a lot of the same things from the inner city, from young youth to 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We all went through the same things. Once you get to the league, you don't know what it feels like to struggle anymore.
Right.
In your 20s, you're making millions, hundreds of thousands, millions. You're not struggling like we are. In your 30s, you're making millions of dollars. You're not at the level where we are. So, in other words, when you're in your 20s, they're making millions. You don't have to worry about a cell phone bill having to be paid. You don't have to worry about sleeping, having to have a roommate, and your roommate is short on his rent.
Right.
And you gotta wonder how am I gonna get this?
Right.
You ain't gotta worry about saying, okay, well now I gotta go flip something right now, jump into the game and flip something to make sure I get my rent.
Right.
You ain't have to do that. You ain't have to worry about, okay, my car breaks down, I got a flat, I'm on my way to work, I can't be late.
I've been late before.
Yeah.
On my last time being late.
Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay? So in your 20s, you don't know what this struggle is like. In your 30s, it's the same thing. You don't know what it feels like you don't know what it feels like as a man or a woman or somebody say, you know what, I am so excited that I'm making $750 a week. I'm up to $3,000 a month. I'm making $3,000 a month.
Because some of those guys, I know you're on the road, but some of those guys are getting $750 a second.
Yeah, and every 2 weeks, a second.
A basketball game.
Right.
$750 per second.
Right. And they don't understand.
Not a week.
Right. So when I make $3,000, when I got to the point in my life where I was able to make $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 for the year. Guess what? That's before taxes. I thought I was balling. You see what I'm saying? They've never felt that before.
Hey, my first job out of college, shout out to N1.
Yeah.
$35,000. I thought I hit the lottery or something.
Exactly.
My first job out of college was 35. These dudes are making 35 grand. I just said in a second that might be like a quarter.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, and then when they get to their 30s, now somebody might be able to make $40,000 a year, $40-something thousand a year in their 30s. And so there's still struggles that have to happen. You've got your parents that might need something.
That might be older.
Yeah, they might need something, and you gotta juggle so many things in order to be able to make sure that they are taken care of.
Right.
And you're not making that type of money that they're making. So when you get an opportunity to make them smile in your situation you are, that's success to you.
No doubt.
That's success. That ain't millions of dollars, but that's success. That's happiness. And what I'm saying to them is, they should never be able to down talk anybody who's in our type of community.
Right.
Because you haven't went through what we went through. We put you on this pedestal. We supported you even with the dollars that we didn't have. And we helped to continue to push you to where you are, respectfully. So therefore, I'd sit back and say those guys are overqualified to talk down on anybody like ourselves, to talk down LeVar Ball. Charles Barkley is overqualified to talk about AAU coaches. I've never seen you in the neighborhood. Right. I've never seen you put on a camp that sit back and allow kids to come through. You may have done that before, but it's nothing that people talk about. I've never seen you sit back and say, as much as you talk down on summer coaches, that you sit back and say, let me find out, let me put on a coaches clinic or coaches summit to tell these guys what I want. Yeah,
not even what I want, because again, like you said, you're far removed. You know what I'm saying? So he's dealing with TNT, and he's studio, and he's prepping for the next show. He's not thinking about the Gassos or the Under Armour circuit or the Adidas circuit. He's just hearing whispers of what he believes it's about, and not actually being there. Right. It would be great for him to put on a forum, not necessarily to tell him or to tell y'all what he want, but just to kind of hear how you guys are, what your experiences are. You know what I'm saying? Like what it really is like, and not going off of what you think or what someone may have told you. You're actually experiencing. How about right now the NBA season is over. Right.
Right. They on vacation.
Shout out to the Warriors.
Yeah.
It's over.
Uh-huh.
So Barkley, why don't you just come to a tournament?
Why not?
And just lend your
no,
celebrity for the weekend and just kind of just ingrain yourself in the culture.
Don't even. I mean, come to the tournament. But why don't you find a team to follow for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Find a team that you got to go through for 2 or 3 weeks. Go with the coach during the day. Do your thing at night, whatever during the day. When this coach got to go pick up this kid, has to drop him off, has to worry about why this kid is not at practice. Is something going on? You know what I mean? Why don't you figure that part out? Because I'll tell you this.
Hold on. I got a great concept.
Go ahead.
You ever seen the show Undercover Boss?
No.
So
yes, I have.
Right?
That's a good one.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
They need. I mean, Shaq probably couldn't do it because he's 7 feet.
Right.
But like, it'll be good to have some of these NBA guys go undercover.
Yeah.
And like you said, kind of really ingratiate yourself in the culture because if Barkley is in his mid to late 40s. That means he's 20 plus years far removed from any summer AAU atmosphere.
Right.
And obviously we know the shit has changed drastically over the past 20 plus years. So whatever he experienced as a kid growing up in Alabama, it damn sure ain't the same.
It's not the same.
So go undercover, or like you said, find you a team locally. He live in Phoenix, I'm sure. There's a bunch of teams in Phoenix.
Wherever he lives.
Wherever, right? And be a part of it. Shaq, I'm sure, is more a part of the situation because his son is playing, so he's around it a lot more.
Right.
I don't know if Shaq has the same opinion that Barkley has on the OAU thing.
Right.
But he should be able to defend it when it's brought up on that TNT platform.
He should be able to.
You know what I'm saying?
Because his son is on there and he playing with Cal Supreme, I think, and then it's a good situation. We know Franklin. You know what I'm saying? We know Mike Law, all those guys.
Franklin,
You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, with Barkley, my thing would be like, look, man. Know that go spend some time with them because even the bad. Listen to this. Even the bad ones that you talk about, they do good.
Yeah.
They take care of kids. They make sure the kids eat. Oh well, they try to get money off these kids. No. They try.
Let me stop you.
Go ahead.
That'd be the funniest thing when I hear people say that because like 99% of the kids that actually like. The draft is this week coming up.
Right.
This Thursday, 22nd.
Yep.
Right? 99% of the kids that get drafted, they don't do shit for their AAU programs previously, or the people that kind of help them along the way. I'm saying and again, maybe a lot of them are, but the narrative is that the majority does not. Right?
You're correct.
So if someone can say, oh, they're trying to make money off these kids. Well, what money? Because these kids ain't really giving no money back. So that's just what the perception is that, oh, Coach Lowe or this coach or that coach they got these kids so they can, it's their meal ticket. But shit, usually when them kids get to where they going, they don't talk to y'all like that no more.
You know why?
I don't know why.
I'm going to tell you.
Break it down for these people.
Because now it's about, when they get to that level, it's about everybody else. Like I said, okay, that's your summer coach. Move him out the way. He doesn't know this business. You know what I'm saying? I need you to help make me rich.
Right.
A guy that you don't even know.
Just met.
I need you to help make me rich. They don't say it to you like that, but I'm representing you.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do what's best for you. And I need you to help make me rich so I can feed my family.
Yeah.
Don't worry about feeding your family, or you're going to feed your family, but don't worry about feeding the people who've been helping you all these years.
Because you know what? I wouldn't be talking to you had you not been in this position. So what I mean by that is the agent or whoever these people are that these kids tend to meet.
The agent would not be talking to the kid.
Absolutely. Why would I be talking to you if you wasn't getting drafted?
Right.
But you
had the potential to have long-term earning potential.
But you probably had, this is 20 years? 21 years, excuse me, you're a grown man. 21 years, right? That means that in 21 years, I ain't a math magician, but you done probably went through a couple hundred kids or more, right?
And probably a couple $100,000.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that being the case, you've touched that many kids, and I'm sure that you have a rapport with probably the majority of them still.
Probably all of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Everybody didn't turn pro.
I sat down. It's funny that let me tell you something today. You
go
said
ahead.
that I was sitting down in the gym today. Last week, a kid that played with me, I was sitting in the gym. He walked up to me. He 28, 29 now. His name is Jason Eby. What's up, Jay? What's up, Coach? Jason, what's up, man? It was great to see. I hadn't seen him in years. Today, I'm sitting in the gym. Guy walked over, came over. I hadn't seen him since he was in high school. Since he went to college for 4 years, graduated from college. His name is Reggie Shanks. He came on. He found me, saw me, came up to me. He walked. I stood up. Reggie, what's up? I'm hugging him from here. What's up? He sat down. And he talked to me for about 30, 40 minutes while we watched the game. I asked him what he's doing, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's important, man.
Yeah.
That's great. People don't understand. Like, look, we spend our money or whatever, our time with these kids. This is our community. We are community people.
No doubt.
And we try to make sure that the kids have an opportunity for something that to experience the things that we have opportunity to experience, and to probably try to go further than where we couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
So we're willing to sacrifice a lot of things that we do. Do a lot of people want something back from the kids? They would hope that they can get some reciprocals back once they get there, but for the most part,
but hold on, but
their objective is pure. They want to help this kid to get where Shaq is. They want to help him to get where Kyrie Irving is. Everybody's pushing to make sure these kids. I'm probably talking about kids right now, people right there that had both parents in the house, but for the most part, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
OJ Mayo, people trying to get. They want them to get there. They want them, Bill Walker, to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just don't think that it's a bad thing. You know, if a kid gives back to a summer coach or a summer program or a mentor, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Because again, you're talking about people that you've had a rapport with, in some cases 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how long you've known them, as opposed to someone you just met.
Right.
You just met this person.
Right. Talking about an agent or somebody.
Agent or financial guy, whoever.
Yeah.
Somebody can do your marketing and shit like that. You just met this person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And you listen to everything they say.
Everything they tell you, you gonna run with it because you feel like they know, and you feel like it's crazy because you feel like people that you've known in the past, they want something from you.
Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, like, nah, nobody want nothing from me. I think they're led to believe that. I don't think they just change like that on their own. They don't change like that on their own. They're led. I don't know. It's like shock treatment.
I don't know. I think it can go both ways.
They don't think that somebody putting that in their ear. That's just because the person been with them all this time. They're not just saying that on their own. Just like you're not going to think something negative about somebody that's been doing something for you all your time with just voila. Voila. That doesn't happen like that. People come in and plant that there. They plant small seeds.
Small seeds. You ever seen the you guys better go and either read or go rent the movie Othello.
Yes.
Book Othello, Shakespeare. Yes. But it talks about
Fishburne.
that. Yeah, it talks about that where people can they'll plant a seed in you and it throw you off because you're like, damn, I ain't even. And then now it has you looking at that other person kind of sideways, especially if something that they might have mentioned, it comes up in conversation. Like, damn, that's what such and such told me too. He told me he was gonna say something like that, you know. Yeah. And it's a really good movie, really great book. But I don't know. I think people can. You know, I've never been blessed with the opportunity to make millions and millions of dollars like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that I would not be cool with people I've been cool with all my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But sometimes you just don't know.
And you know what? There is some
you
times
don't know what's gonna happen.
There's some times where people just move on.
People just move on.
But I'm not comfortable with this. I don't. I'm just going back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So when I sit back and tell guys, I think that those guys like Shaq, Barkley, whoever is talking, I think that they're overqualified to talk about anybody about anybody's successes or the way they carry themselves. When you never went through that. Mm-hmm. You never went through that. You never had to struggle in your 20s. If you struggled, it was about because you living from paycheck to paycheck. You're overdoing it.
Right.
You making up more in one paycheck than people making 2 and 3, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's on the first or the 15th. You never had to struggle in your 30s. Why would you think that you have anything to say about somebody at that level? You don't know they struggle.
Yeah.
You don't know what makes them happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know what it feels like to be like, look, I can go buy 4 brand new tires today.
Yeah.
I can get 4 tires at the same time for my car.
And people don't understand like just the power of influence.
You know
what I'm saying? Like when I read Shaq's tweet about LeVar, I'm saying to myself, damn, if he would have put a positive spin on that and lent his support to what he was doing, it would have got a whole new different reaction out of people. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to taking the road of the shoes are too high, big ballers don't overcharge kids for shoes and this, that, and the third.
Right.
You know, your influence, when you in that position, your influence is much more greater than, you know, the average working man, because you got millions and millions of followers, people that listen to what you're saying.
Right, and see with that, it's like sometimes somebody, I don't know if it was Shaq or he put up his Shaq shoe, but then somebody else one time talked about and put up his Reebok shoe. And see, even with Barkley, he was with Nike, Shaq was with Reebok. And those guys, Shaq talks down on those guys. He did, excuse me, LeVar. But Charles Barkley talks down on guys all the time. And it's like, are the shoe companies paying you almost to saying, hey man, these guys are coming up. We need you to say something and knock them back down.
Yeah.
You know, because if whatever shoe brand Charles Barkley is with, we still paying you, man. We need to make sure we stay at the top.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What I'm saying is the same thing with Shaq. We still paying you. We need you to stay at the top. I don't know if that's true or not. But what I'm saying is, the bottom line, what I'm saying out of that, who are the people that's running that company? They don't look like us.
Right.
They're not from the community like us. So you're knocking the community to help somebody else to continue to feed their family. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna go there like this. It's like, why do I think this is my public service announcement, whatever, but PSA. Why do I think that those guys are overqualified? And why do I think that they're not doing, why do I think that Shaq, Michael Jordan, Barkley, whomever, you go down the list of them. I'm not going to say LeBron, but he need to listen to this too on one part.
Okay.
And
LeBron is definitely
why do I think that those guys are overqualified to talk down on us, and yet they are doing the communities that they come from a disservice? Why do I think they're doing us a disservice? Because I think they need to they should be putting more people in the House. They should be putting more people in the Senate. They should be putting more people in public office. They need to be take to preserving our communities. They need to be preserving our communities. Listen, Philando Castile died last week because of last year the officer got off because he said he felt threatened for his life. Guess what? Put people in public office that can make sure that they listen. When you're in Congress and you're in the House and the Senate, you make the laws. You make the rules. So I feel like they're not doing us a service as a community because you're not putting people that are strong enough or putting your money behind the right people to help make the laws, to help our communities, to change these rules, to change the laws. You know what I'm saying? These guys might not have died if some of y'all would have made sure that you be a public representative, go to Congress. Stop worrying about being the Clippers and turning your shirt over and wearing it backwards. Sit your ass down. Because the only person, you're too worried about your own check instead of making a stand for everybody. Now it seems like whatever Colin Kaepernick stood for, it's fact. It's real. We just went through it again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We just went through it again. With this verdict. So and guess what? He's still not on a roster in the NFL.
Still jobless.
He's still jobless, and guess what? These guys are still, what are they doing? I don't know what Shaq will probably be. He'll be at the EYBL in a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying, with his son. Barkley will be on vacation with his son. You know what I mean? What are you doing to put people in public office in our local communities? I don't remember any of you saying, look, I need you guys to vote. You know who I know that made a difference with their
celebrity?
With their celebrity? Jay-Z made a difference. He made a song up and he stood up for Barack Obama. Young Jeezy made a difference. He stood up for Barack Obama. He let everybody know this is what we need to do. We need to vote. Puffy did. Yeah. When it came down, think about this. Years ago when they talked to Michael Jordan about people dying over his shoes and who he should vote for, what did he say?
Republicans buy shoes too.
Republicans and Democrats both buy shoes.
I said, damn.
He didn't do anything to help us. You black. He made a donation to the University of North Carolina. He made it to the general fund. They asked him to make it to the area of black studies, and he said he didn't want to do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Don't surprise me.
But you don't surprise you, but everybody's running behind Michael Jordan now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing about I told you I bought one pair of Jordans in my life. One, $85. Worked all summer for them. Yeah. I remember the cornfields. Shucking. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, these guys, from what I see, and if they've been doing it, I can openly apologize. But if they've been doing it, they ain't been doing it enough. They need to be doing more to make sure that we are represented in public offices, in Washington, D.C., the House, the Senate, Congress, everywhere else. They need to be talking about it. You don't need to do shit for me in this community.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to. I don't care about you buying no house, about showing your cars. You buying some stores and having franchises for pizzerias and Chick-fil-A's. That's not helping our community. That's all that the franchise, the money is still going back. It's not in our community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Move back to the community. How about that?
They ain't doing that.
Move back to the community. Check this out. If you move back to the community and if you help restore, put people in public office and help restore our community, preserve our infrastructure, gentrification wouldn't be happening like it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Have the homeowners association. Make sure that people have to cut their lawns or they get a fine. Make sure that you have certain police officers that know the community who are there,
right,
that can police it and make sure that people are not, the crime rate goes down, because guess what? You're not doing that here.
Right.
Guess what? It's going to help open up jobs in the community. Move back. Stop thinking when you made it, you got to move out and leave. Mm-hmm. Because even if you move out and leave, what are you doing to help us? Opening, buying some stores, buying some cars, showing us on Instagram that you flossing.
Bottles.
Show me who you putting in public office. Show me who you supporting. Show me who we all need to get behind. Who's going to help to keep gentrification from happening, to keep us from moving way on the outskirts of the city. Help us preserve, not only preserve our community, help put people in place so they can make laws to help preserve us. Mm-hmm. So we ain't just being killed because somebody said they feel threatened for their life. What are you doing with your millions of dollars, man, that we've supported you with for all these years? What are you doing? Showing us that you can floss? Do something bigger than that, man. Bill Bradley played in the NBA, and then he went and worked in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. He helps make laws now. You know what I mean? Stand for something, man.
Right. Tap into that resource.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can sit back and say you a black man, but man, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. And if nobody's ever talked to you about it, then shame on the people that's been around you.
Oh, but don't the yes, yes man.
But at the same time, I'm sure that somebody said something to him, but I'm going to hit back and say, I don't, listen, for y'all that's listening, if y'all know any of these dudes, man, just, they ain't got to listen to the whole podcast.
Right.
Fast forward to this part. Just tell them. And it's not an indictment against them, but it's to sit back and say, you know what? I am holding you accountable for this. Because guess what? Too much is given, much is asked and required. Yeah. And you're not giving back to help preserve our own communities. You're not helping to preserve us, because you guys need to be putting somebody in office who can help make laws, pass laws.
Well,
they're not doing it.
That's the thing about it. You know, it's almost like learned behavior, right? So if you go generational, back some generations, we were taught to go to school and get a good job.
Right.
Prior to then, it wasn't even about going to school because we weren't even allowed to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Right. We was dropping out in 3rd, 4th grade, right? Because we had to go work. So over time, you're not getting the proper information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you think about school, I tell my kids this all the time.
Right.
It's real tough. The shit you learn in school, about 90% of that stuff, you ain't never gonna use.
Yeah, X that out. You're gonna forget it. Yeah.
Not even forget it. You're never gonna be able to use it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're a doctor,
history major,
right? Something like that.
Political science, like Caesar Smith. Yeah.
But for the most part, you're not gonna. It's just schooling is really about retaining information for when you need it for the test.
Right.
Remembering everything you can, and then put it on paper for the test. Right.
Right.
you're not taught anything extracurricular outside of math, science, reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about this a long time ago. If I was in high school, I wish there was a film writing course or a screenwriting course or
Right.
an editing course
Mm-hmm.
or how to be a producer or how to make music or how to be art design. You know what I'm saying? Like something that you can tangible.
Right.
That I can actually use in order to free my mind from division and multiplication, because I'm not gonna use this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Think about when you were a kid, if you would have been able to take a sneaker designing course.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Again, something that exposure.
Anything about marketing or
How
to
exactly.
create things,
how to create business, entrepreneurs, like things like that you can actually like sink your teeth into.
And this hit me too. Just why you saying that, I would even ask a lot of these black athletes, how many of them got their money in a black bank? How many of them got their money in a black bank? Do you know that some of these guys, they graduated from Howard, they graduated from Yale.
Mm-hmm.
Howard, they graduated from Yale. They are smart. They own their own banks too. How many of you have your money in your own black bank? And I would say this, listen, for anybody that's Caucasian or any other nationality that's listening to this, I'm not prejudiced.
Mm-hmm.
But there's an issue going on right now in our country that happens to be against primarily African Americans. And it's about us being killed at an alarming rate for no reason.
No reason at all.
When there's a study that said if you stop 4 black people or brown people, you might catch 1 out of 5 with drugs. You know what I'm saying? You stop 4 to 6 white people, 4 probably gonna have drugs on.
Mm-hmm.
So why are cops stopping blacks more than whites? You know what I'm saying? It's a stereotype, and it's something that people. It's not even a stereotype. It's something that people have been allowed to get away with for years because there's no rules and regulations to stop them from doing it.
There's no accountability there.
And guess what? If you have the money now and the resources that we've backed you for years, guess what? It's time for you to be accountable. You need to start helping to shape this stuff the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You need to start helping shape it the right way. And that's just kind of what it is.
And so what I was getting at with the school and
my bad.
you good. What I was getting at with that was over generations, right? So like now you have the millennials. You know, you're no longer taught go to school and get an education and get a good job.
Right.
You're now taught create your own way. That is the way now. Yeah. Do your own thing. If you got to work for somebody, cool. But your mind frame should be focused on how can I obtain wealth, finances outside of having to punch a clock if I can. Right? Mm-hmm. And then it gives you other opportunities. Even if you got a job, you still have so much avenue to create opportunities for yourself. Right?
Right.
So that's the mind frame now. When you talk about athletes and the kind of money that's being generated, nobody's been taught that though. It's always been you make some money, some real money, get out the hood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't come back.
Instead of fix the hood.
Get
it right, piece by piece.
Yeah, because to your point, and I'm just thinking about this. And these guys, a lot of these guys are really, really close. From what we see, I don't know them personally like that, but it's all about what if they individually put their money together? And you got the Houston Rockets, you got the Houston Texans. Mm-hmm. You got
Houston Astros.
The Astros. You got all these guys that are right here. All right here. So it's something simple as we're gonna put our money together, like you said, to build these communities back up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because again, I ain't no math magician. But if you're making $21 million a year, you can't spend that shit in one lifetime.
And you can't spend it all in the strip club.
And you can't spend it all in 1 year. But my point is, as far as investing into the communities, if you went to a certain high school or, leaving a legacy behind, you know what I'm saying? Getting the field named after you. You know what I mean? Or just doing something again in the community where you're pulling if I can convince you, and you can convince him,
right.
and we pull our money together, and we got a plan of action on what we're gonna do for the community in Chicago, the Chicago Bulls, you got the Bears. You know what I'm saying? You can own your own territory. You ain't got to do things outside of where where your marketplace is. But if that was a collection of guys that had that thought process, I was surprised, and we talked about LeBron. LeBron got to be the coldest to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think he's probably I think he needs to probably take it a step further. Doing more things that he possibly can. He's doing a lot, so I'm not downplaying it at all. But he got to be the coldest to ever do it. It's always been that negative connotation behind, black athletes, and their posse and their friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he completely killed that whole narrative about him and his boys.
Right.
And they have become, some of that got to be the best. Those are the best dudes ever. In the game right now.
No doubt.
And I wish that more guys would follow suit, because it's easy. It's easy for me to bring you along, and you just spending all my money. It's like, no, let me help you get your own, and then you're gonna be able to help somebody else get their own. So the whole each one teach one comes into effect. But I think LeBron is on a good path. And maybe with this topic, it may get people to start thinking how they could bring their synergy together. You know what I mean? Right. It's all about finances. You can pick it and you can protest. This shit is all about money. You know what I'm saying? How can you do something of great with dollars? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about. It boils down to that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that has to take shape. And it may not necessarily be this generation. It may be the next generation. You know,
got to start now.
You got to start.
And the thing, I'll say one like Emancipation Park is in Third Ward. Okay, Emancipation Park was bought by slaves. The land was bought by slaves. Okay, when they bought the land, it was about we need somewhere we can all congregate ourselves to be able to be where we at right now. So then they bought the park. Okay. Like $800 back in the days. I checked on this. But the thing about it is this. Now that that part of Third Ward is being gentrified. It's being taken over by our community. The black people that used to live there have to be forced out now. So after a while, say you got a whole bunch of Caucasians and other people that move in, eventually guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to change the name of the park.
Absolutely.
Because they want something that represents them, right? So they're going to change the name of the park. And if you don't have somebody in that community that's going to stand up and say, no, we're not doing this, that's just what it is. That's how it happens. And so it's the same thing as why D.C. used to be known as Chocolate City. It's no longer Chocolate City because all those people have been moved out of the inner city, And so that's why I say you need to have people there that understand rules, laws, and things of that nature that can tell them, look, who's going to stand up for something and say, no, look, y'all not here. We're not moving out of here. You know what I mean? You got to have people in public office that can help make the rules and the laws. And the guys who have been who have been making all this money, and have been put up on a pedestal because let's keep it right. We put them on a pedestal because of the talent that they have. And now it's about showcasing more than your fucking talent. You know what I'm saying? Now it's about showcasing your fucking will to help your people, your community. You know what I'm saying? To enhance and preserve your people and preserve your community. It's not about your fucking money anymore, man. It's not about a goddamn paycheck. You should be using that to build relationships and having to understand how you can infiltrate. Not even infiltrate, how you can be a part of and put people into higher places in the pecking order. You know what I mean? Oprah Winfrey, she might do it. I don't know. I ain't even heard her. She supported the Obamas, but they need to be doing more. But I'm only talking about athletes now. They so worried about the cars, the money, the clothes, the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Walking in the strip club with spent $80,000 in a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Have $80,000 cash in a backpack, you spending, you throwing it up. Okay, guess what? That's cool, but guess what? Take care of the community.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing a service to us anymore. I'm big on that. That hit me, man, the other day, and that just resonated with me so much. I'm like, damn. When the same thing with Donald Sterling with the Clippers, going back to it again, when he said what he said, them dudes just flipped their shirts out and just around and played with warmed up with their shirts inside, but they still played the game. What did that help?
Yeah, that would have been a major stance.
No, because guess what? Somebody talked them out of not playing.
Yeah.
Somebody talked them out of it. Why? It didn't benefit us at all. We didn't benefit any of that. They sold the team. They didn't benefit us. How did that help our community?
He sold the team and he cashed out.
How did that help our community? How did that help any change to occur?
0.
Castile is still dead. Not just him. I'm not forgetting about anybody else that died, but just recently, this is just what happened. Y'all flip your shirts out. How about, I was thinking like this. What would have happened if the NBA playoffs were still going and LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry said, you know what? Because of this verdict, we're not playing. We done. Until we get some law and order in this country, we get this shit right, we're not playing the playoffs. Would that make a change? Do you think that would have made a change?
Hell yeah.
But you know what? Too many people have been worried about themselves and the money that would have been lost instead of helping to preserve our community and to preserve our people.
You know, I just don't think that I don't think guys, you know, I don't think that they value that enough. And you know, again, they're far removed. Like you said, they're underqualified. They're overqualified. So they're looking at that like, man, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm not saying that, you know, for all of the athletes. But I think it's more of a learned behavior, man. It's a learn. The crabs in the barrel and all that stuff is real. You know, I was on Facebook and everybody was talking about the Tupac movie, right? And they was talking about, don't go see it. It was trash, and I give it a 7 out of 10, and it wasn't better than Notorious, and Straight Outta Compton was better, and blah blah blah, and you know, I went to go see it last night. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know I'm a big believer. Hey man, if you don't go see a movie the first weekend, or at least the first or the second weekend, you know, you're doing the movie an injustice. You know what I'm saying? And it's a damn near 95%, 98% black cast, black director, black writer, black production company. So this movie gotta win.
Gotta win.
You know what I'm saying? It has to win.
If you want more to follow it.
If you want more to follow, this movie gotta win. And I don't see that kind of pushback when there's a fourth Transformers movie that's coming out. X-Men, The Return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wolverine is back. Like, I don't see that backlash when it comes to them blockbuster movies that people, you know, they will willingly spend their money. It is never an outcry about how good or bad the movie was. And my thing about the movie, I saw it, like I said, I saw it last night, and I thought it was a dope movie. You know, it told his story. The guy that played Pac damn near looked like him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You couldn't have gotten a better actor to play him. You know, you couldn't have got a Michael B. Jordan or a Tyrese to do that, because you would have looked at him and been like, I see Tyrese. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a fresh face. You know, look like Pac, right?
Yeah.
And that dude was 25 years old. That dude sold millions of records, starred in all those films, and died at 25. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you're talking about a person that was a fearless dude that was beyond his years. And of course his story is going to be different because he moved from different places of the country, and he had his mom was a Black Panther. So it ain't going to be the same story as Straight Outta Compton. No. You know what I mean? It ain't going to be the same story.
And his knowledge and his mind, like if you watch some of the old video clips, the things that he said back then.
Yeah, before his time.
It's almost like you talk about Compton, fuck the police.
Yeah.
Everybody was hating. Think about how they was hating on NWA back then.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. But guess what? Now you see everything they were saying right now. It's happening today.
Ain't much change. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Ice Cube just dropped that song, Good Cop, Bad Cop. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's called Good Cop, Bad Cop. And basically what he's saying is, fuck the blue code.
Right.
You good cops need to turn these motherfuckers in.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. Turn them in. Save this shit.
Ain't gonna
you know
happen.
what I mean? So it's like, and I go back to Eric Garner. Got choked out in New York behind some cigarillos. Mm-hmm. Choked out on on video. Mm-hmm. They saw it on video. Philandro Castile, they saw it on video. Mm-hmm. Tamir Rice in Cleveland. Little bit young baby, they shot him.
Didn't even park the car. Just damn car was still rolling.
All on video. These guys get off. Oh, one got fired. They off.
He got fired. He got a GoFundMe account.
You got a couple. I'm gonna look this up. I need y'all to look it up. You got a couple black officers that was got caught in something. Didn't kill anybody or did something. Somebody shot somebody. They were still, the other people still alive. But guess what? Got them 30 years in prison. You know what I mean? Black officers. They didn't kill anybody.
I think I saw.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I can't recall exactly what it was, but I think I remember seeing like a young kid, not a young kid, but a young person. He had I think he had somehow killed a police dog, and he got like 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
30 years.
Who's making the laws?
And the crazy part about it, when it comes to the verdict, is that like I'm so, like you say, you become desensitized to what happens. I knew they was gonna get off.
Oh, and as you say, the verdict. This what people. You need to listen to me and listen close, because sometimes we think it's an inconvenience, but you need to sit on these fucking juries. Mm-hmm. Stop trying to get out of jury trial, because when you get out of jury trial, guess who's sitting there in your spot? Somebody that don't look like you, somebody that's not understand and relate to what you go through or what has happened in your community. Mm-hmm. So therefore, they find those guys not guilty because, or they find somebody guilty because, oh, we wouldn't have that in my community, so that's guilty. Yeah, we just the same. Mm-hmm. We causing that. Stop trying to get out of jury duty. You can be there to help sympathize, to understand, or to sit back and say, you know what, that is wrong. You can help make the decision yourself, but not if you're not there.
Yeah, but it still goes back to what you're saying. Who's because the jury is selected. You know what I mean? So like you could be there,
but they can tell you that they don't want you.
Yeah.
Right, but again,
just by the way you answer questions.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, that goes back to community and public office and putting the right people involved, electing the right judges. The judges are the ones letting everybody off right now. Who's sentencing people for this? You know, Sandra Bland. What her name? Sandra Bland. You know what I mean? Same thing with her. It's a woman. She was hung in a cell. Really?
Like, come on now.
A woman does that? When the last time you seen that? When the last time you seen any black person hang themselves? That's what we do to ourselves. That's what we do to ourselves.
It's one of them things, like you said. It's like, I knew the verdict was going. I knew that he was going to get off. I wasn't surprised by that. I do be surprised by like public reaction, not necessarily from us, but from them. You know what I mean? And their public and the reaction from them is usually, well, he should have never did this or he should have never did that. Mm-hmm. It's like nah. You have so many, and I don't know what it does or take to be a cop. And I don't know what they go through on a daily basis or whatever. Mm-hmm. But however, I do know that you have more than one means to handle a situation.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And so you shouldn't always have to lead with, I mean, remember the guy that they had shot, I think it was in Oklahoma.
Shit, Baton Rouge too.
There's the big black guy. He's a big old bad dude, is what the news person said.
Tulsa.
Yeah.
The lady got off. The cop got off. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you damn if you do, and when I'm driving, bruh, I don't have a criminal record.
Right.
I ain't never been to prison. Mm-hmm. I ain't never been to jail. Nothing that. Mm-hmm. I'm nervous when I get pulled over.
You should be.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know I ain't did anything.
you should be nervous. As everybody should be nervous now. You know why? Because a man just got off because he said that he was nervous or he felt threatened.
He felt threatened.
Felt threatened for what?
And the guy told him that he had a concealed gun license. I have a license.
Let me ask you this.
To carry a gun.
Let me ask you this. For everybody that's listening as well. How many people when they ride in their car carry their gun in their back pocket? He was reaching for his driver's license. His wallet. How many people carry their gun in their back pocket? He felt threatened.
Yeah.
How many people carry a gun in their back pocket while they drive?
I seen a video on a dash cam. Kid pull into like a gas station, and I said kid, he might have been 19 years old, and like he hopped out quick. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he didn't notice he didn't notice that the cop car was like behind him, I guess. So he hopped out, and then the cop kind of startled him. He like go in the car, give me your ID. So the kid goes like, oh shit. He goes and like reaches and gets his ID. Dude starts shooting him.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Remember that one? And the kid was like, "What you shoot me for?"
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting my wallet. You know what I'm saying?
You just asked me for this.
You asked me for my wallet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's the same thing. It's like if you're getting stopped right now, you're almost to the point where you sit back. If a police stops you, you have to call 911 yourself while you're driving before you stop and say, "Listen, I don't want this cop to think that I'm threatening him. I need more officers to come. I will stop. I have no problem.
Yeah.
I need to get this on film. I am not a threat. I have a gun license. My gun is here. Or I don't have a gun. I have no weapon. When these cops get here, I will put my hands out the window. They can come, open the door and pull me out, put me on my knees or whatever. But I do not want to be shot. I do not want to be. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm threatening them.
It's crazy because like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like when I get pulled over.
Hold on a second. What can they do if you do that on tape? What can they do? They gonna give you extra tickets? I'm just trying to save my life because a man just said he felt threatened and he was okay to kill somebody.
Bro,
go ahead, what's your point?
I think with Philando, I don't even think he wasn't even driving.
Girlfriend was
driving.
The kid in the back seat.
So when I get pulled over, right? The cops usually gonna stand behind you for a little while. They're gonna run your tag and all that. Me personally, I already got my shit out. I got my license and my insurance, and I got all that shit in my hand. There would never be no me reaching for anything.
Right.
It's already because they're gonna be behind you for a couple minutes, doing their thing,
running your plates.
They're gonna do whatever they gotta do. When they come up to me, window down, it's ready. Here it is.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want you to feel like I'm reaching for anything.
You're right, and the simple fact that you feel like you have to do that,
yeah, man,
is already wrong.
Yeah,
because another race doesn't have to do that at all.
No,
don't have to do that at all.
I done seen videos they be cussing them out.
Oh, for sure, cuss them out. Fuck you doing it, man, and they're okay with it.
Okay with it. Never see anything happen. You know what I'm saying?
They're okay with it.
It's just like you said. It's almost like this, and this is very simple, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna take it back to sports. If you my coach and I do whatever I wanna do, whenever I wanna do it, and there's no repercussion, why would I ever stop doing it?
Exactly.
I can shoot all the balls, turn them over, go whenever I want to, cuss my teammates out, cuss you out, yell at you, do whatever I wanna do. Every day, all day. Why would I change?
You know what the owner gonna do? The people gonna do? You gotta replace the coach. The coach is gonna come down and lay down the rules. So if the player continues to do what he does, he's out. You're gonna trade. You're going somewhere else. So you ain't gonna be playing on this team no more. That's why we just gotta put people up there every day.
Yeah, exactly. But that don't happen.
I think I said I mentioned this to coach. I had a run. The last run I had with the Laws was I had my boys in the car with me. Motorcycle cops.
Okay.
I pulled in. They asked for some Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, some Shipley Donuts. I pulled into a spot. Motorcycle cop. His motorcycle was right next. They was right next to me. I know how to drive. I have no space. He tried to say, "Hey man," one of the cops. "Hey, what are you doing?" The young one. "It's too much space. Back up." So what you mean? He said, "Get away from these bikes." So what? Man, you straighten your car. I said, "Oh, stop." Went back. Straighten the car out. I ain't want to say nothing. He come up. "Hey man, you don't do right." I said, "Look, I haven't even moved. I'm in my parking spot. What are you doing?" My kids are sitting right in the back. I said, "Man, I brought my kids up here so they can go in and get some donuts." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, hey man, you gotta watch what you're doing. I'm not. I'm driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then the veteran cop came out and he said, "What's wrong?" I said it before him. He said, "I parked too close to your motorcycles." So he come out here looking at me talking crazy. He said he told him to go back up on the sidewalk. He said, "Sir, that's your son that just walked in to get the donuts?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I hope everything's good. Have a good day, man. I'm sorry for whatever."
Now, what if that dude didn't come to de-escalate it?
If he didn't come to de-escalate, this ain't no telling.
Who
it
knows?
was a young cop that was just excited to whatever. He was
Yeah.
a punk ass motherfucker who he was. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up, somebody need his ass whooped. Because what the fuck are you talking to me like this for, man? I ain't about to hit no goddamn motorcycle. You know what I'm saying?
I see it.
I'm hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? You was trying to escalate something. You was trying to find a reason to fuss about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I got my kids in the car, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm like, yo, they don't. But and both of them were white.
Mm-hmm.
But the older one came out. He was like, you know. And then my son came out, got up on it. He said, "Hey, y'all, make sure you have a good day, all right?"
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And I was like, okay, I'm cool. I got in the car, but I'm fuming because my son's like, "Daddy, what was wrong with that guy?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man. You know, I told him, I said, man, everybody ain't good people, man.
Everybody ain't good
Just
people.
because they got on a uniform don't mean that they're good people. You know what I mean? They just been given a job, and they still had the same attitude, whether it's good or bad.
It's one of the things. Well, I think we've all had our fair share of run-ins.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you two of the craziest ones ever for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm home for the summer. I'm in Chicago. My mom got a Camry. 95 Camry.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
I got my cousin with me, and I got my homeboy, and we in the car. We just about to go see some chicks.
Right.
And we at the light on 43rd.
Uh-huh.
I'm in Chicago. Yeah, everybody know I'm on 43rd. And we at the light. And you know, Chicago, we call the non-Chicago police car that's all, you know, written, we call them the dicks.
Uh-huh.
They mash up on us, jump out the car, guns drawn.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they hostile and they wilding and saying all type of reckless stuff to us. I'm like, oh my God, this is my mama car. So they like, where your ID at? And this, that, and the third. So I give my ID. And they would, you know, pump the trunk. We want to check the trunk. I'm like, man, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't done anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got my cousin and my homeboy. They got them on their knees because we fit the description. They checked the IDs. Nothing come across or whatever.
What did they look like?
They look like us.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
They look like us.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, this is crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
We didn't get a have a nice day. It was like, here your shit, mama, and keep it moving.
Oh, well, that happens all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, we get in the car, it ruined our night. We still went to go see the chicks though, but it was still like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
When I was with the motorcycles, I'm in a nice white neighborhood.
Yeah.
If y'all know 77024 in Houston, that's where I was at, in the Memorial area.
Yeah.
You know, you got blacks that live in that community as well. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man.
Come
I'm right off the freeway. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So
crazy.
It's like this was just, you know, less than a year ago, a little over a year ago right now. But still, you know, my thing is I just wanted to take this time out.
No, man, I got one more story, man. You know, I'm a story dude.
I wasn't done, but I was gonna say I just wanted to take the time out this time to just
to get ready to shut it down.
No, yeah, my fault. It did sound like that. At this time, let me just recap again what I was saying. I'm not saying that these people that we talk about, the celebrities and the stars, the basketball players, aren't doing something, but sometimes it's good to let people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it is good to let people know what you're doing. That you have their back.
Yeah, they got. They
don't
got publicists.
I don't want you to. No disrespect to LeBron, D Wade, Chris Bosh, and CP3, or Melo, not Bosh, but Melo. I don't need you standing up at the Grammys, Oscars, and more, and talking about stuff in a suit in front of everybody that y'all had pre-planned. I don't need you doing that. We don't need that because you had to get authorization to do that. You know what I mean? And y'all was reading, that means that you had planned it already. Why don't you just do something that just makes people understand that right now, goddammit, it's wrong. And we about to stop. We gonna shut it down right now. Why don't you just do that? Jason Whitlock, he was a fucking punk ass boy. You know what I'm saying? To keep killing, to talking down on Kaepernick like that. Yes. If you, man, let me see if I can pull up his Twitter right now, man. It's probably at the top of his Twitter. Is it talking about something bad about Colin Kaepernick, man?
And it's,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
It's sad. It's sad.
That's the crazy part about that whole situation.
It's sad.
Is that,
you know what I mean? Let me see this.
This man can't even get a job because he didn't want to stand for the national anthem.
Yeah, look at this. At the top of his Twitter, as soon as you hit it, look. Colin Kaepernick. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Jason Whitlock. He got it pinned to the top?
Yeah, he got it pinned to the top.
Got it pinned to the top.
And say it's okay for Colin to not get a job. No, it's not. He's for standing for whatever. For standing for what's right.
For standing right. It'd have been different if it was just like, oh man, Kaepernick tripping.
He ain't guessing.
He ain't
right
guessing.
Now, everybody should be thanking Colin Kaepernick right now because man, for what last week did this happen the other day with this verdict? This what you was kneeling for.
I was talking about.
That's what you was kneeling for. You said all the time you wasn't disrespecting veterans. You wasn't disrespecting the disabled, the people that was in wars.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just. You're talking about the principle of what our country is standing for, allowing. That's what you're standing for. You kneeling for what the people around are allowing. And for anybody white that goes home and says, I sympathize with you, and you're not doing anything, no, you're not. You don't sympathize. Mm-hmm. If you're not showing any action, you don't sympathize. Mm-hmm. If you're not standing up and marching with somebody or writing your local congressman or somebody else, you don't sympathize. Don't just say that you sympathize and just go straight back home to your nice house or whatever you at. Even if you're not in a nice house and just don't do anything. Because when you walk outside and a black man walk outside, you're already winning.
Yes.
You're already winning just because of the skin that you're in.
The skin that you're in.
You're already winning. You know? It makes no sense that a man, a black man that's married to a white woman, and they have a child, and they ride down the street, and this happened in Minnesota, a police officer pulls them over, and the white officer tries to convince the white lady that she's being threatened, or is she in a tough situation? Is he kidnapping her? Basically. Yeah. And the black man is telling her, look, she was never been through this before because she's always around, whites. She had an interracial baby. And the husband is telling her, look, baby, this happens, just relax. Get my wallet out my pocket. Take my wallet out my pocket. Put it on the dashboard. Take my wallet out my pocket, put it on the dashboard. She never had to go through that. Because he's black and he's with a white woman and she's driving. He tries to make an issue. The police officer tries to make an issue out of it.
Are you threatening?
No white person has to wake up to that every day.
What makes us so threatening?
Because it's been allowed over the years.
Has it been allowed or has it been perpetuated in the media?
Allowed and perpetuated. Make America great again.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because America has never been great for the African American. We can't get small business loans. But we can get a loan for college.
Get a major salary.
We get a loan for college because guess what? That's just giving an education that we got. You know what I'm saying? It goes forever. You know what I'm saying? But we can't get a small business loan to open up businesses. Mm-hmm. So if somebody, what are you doing? Don't just say that you sympathize with us. What are you doing to make everything level? Mm-hmm. It's about humanity, right? It's about people. But I digress. I cut you off earlier. You thought I was going to get off.
No. I mean, I'm just saying, when you talk about, when you make those types of comments, and you're talking about getting a small business loan, hell, getting finance for a vehicle, getting finance for a house, all those things, 9 times out of 10 is not in our control. So if they want to give you that, then they can.
Absolutely.
If they want to not give it to you, then they can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The biggest misconception is that, people who got nice cars and big houses are rich and wealthy. No, somebody approved the fucking loan.
Right. Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
They just approved the loan.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously they're paying on it, but it was approved. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can get you a Bentley if you wanted to.
Right.
Somebody got to approve the loan.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna have to pay obviously whatever that monthly note is, but you can get it.
I got another one.
Go ahead.
Bakari Sellers, he speaks on CNN a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
He said that they got the Congress and people are doing the AHCA, the Affordable Housing Care Act or whatever, Healthcare Act, right? Well, he made a statement. He said there are 13 white males in a room that's making this decision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are 13 white males that's locked up together making a decision for all the country.
Yeah. That's
Where does that come from? How can they know? There's no women in there, and they talking about taking away certain rights from women.
Right. There's no women in there. There's no color in the building.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my point. Even when I talked about getting approved for a loan,
right?
They're approving it. They're in that room. Somebody says, "Okay, Marlon Lowe wants to buy a new house, and the home is $400,000. Let's go deliberate." Right. They gonna look at you, and they gonna see you and your family. And like, I don't want to do to hide nothing. Not approved.
Right.
You know, just like that.
Right. I think it's by your Social Security number. They know who you are by your Social Security number.
Yeah.
Philando Castile, did you hear what his mother said the other day?
No.
I posted one of the things on social media. Then I saw another one though. I might just play it right quick if I can find out what I posted on social media. But what
was the gist of it? Why you looking for it?
It was about what happened after her son. After the verdict came. Here it is right here. Let's see if I can play it.
Hey, Facebook, and everybody around the world, I'm sure y'all seen this bullshit that happened today. Fuck what they talking about. Yeah, I'm going live now. I've been holding myself, trying to be strong and not say the wrong things because I already know how they get down. I'm 61 years old. I've seen it. I've smelled it. I've heard it. Now you see exactly what these motherfuckers think about us. They murdered my motherfucking son with his seatbelt on. So what does that say to you? Now they got free reign to keep killing us any kind of way they want to. So I just want to say one thing to everybody out there. I don't give a fuck what you do. Do what your heart desires, because that shit wasn't right. And I'm here to say that, and fuck the police. Hey, Facebook.
Man.
What you get from that?
Man. That was like...
It's your mother. I had to repost that.
Because, oftentimes, we in situations like that, we tend to take the high road. Have a politically correct statement. Like she said, saying the right things and all of this, that, and the third. And she sounded obviously frustrated. And like you said, you shot him with his seatbelt on. How threatened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, how are you threatened? Like, how do you feel? Like, why are we so threatening towards you? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But again, that's just like, think about what she said, man. They got my son had his seatbelt on, and she said she was trying to take the high road for a long time. She came with another one, man, and I can't find it right now. But what she told, she was talking in front of everybody. She said, right now it's us, but listen to me, y'all next. All y'all out there with these mixed babies, guess who's next? Y'all are next. Don't think that it's just us. Y'all got these mixed babies, these interracial relationships. Y'all are next. Ain't just us. Y'all next. She said that. I was just like, I'm watching it, like, damn. She been playing, man.
Yeah, she was going. Yeah, she was. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like the norm.
You thought I was gonna play something that she was just being PC.
That's how it usually goes.
She ain't.
Trayvon Martin
She
and Trayvon Martin's parents. I mean, I'm sure behind closed doors, but in public they've always kind of kept it together.
Yeah.
And even that situation was, how the hell you gonna, we ain't. How the hell you gonna tell this dude, hey man, don't even worry about nothing, let the kid go wherever he going.
Right.
I don't need you to follow him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to follow him. Let him go ahead and just do his thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so tired of these punks getting away.
Right. Yeah.
And then you got yourself in a situation where, that kid 17, 18 years old. He wasn't no little boy. So he's probably just getting your ass beat.
Let me give you this one. I found it.
Oh, this is the one?
This is the press conference. You want to hear this?
Play
You
that
sure?
one.
I'm going to play it. I'll let you hear it. Turn up the volume right quick. Listen to what she said. It's going to be a minute, y'all, but y'all need to listen to this.
I also give my thanks to John Troy and the prosecutor's office. They did a great job in the representation of the facts in this manner in which my son was murdered. And I will continue to say murdered, because where in this planet do you tell the truth and you be honest and you still be murdered by the police of Minnesota while you have your seatbelt on and you're in a company with a woman and a child? My son would never jeopardize anyone else's life by trying to pull a gun on an officer and the gun was not fire ready. These are some of the facts that came out in the trial, and I am so very, 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 very disappointed in the system here in the state of Minnesota, because nowhere in the world do you die from being honest and telling the truth. Now, these are some things that you need to know and recognize. There has always been a systemic problem in the state of Minnesota, and me thinking with my common sense that we would get justice in this case. But nevertheless, it never seems to fail us. The system continues to fail black people, and they will continue to fail you all. Like I said, because this happened with Orlando, when they get done with us, they're coming from you, for you, and all your interracial children. Y'all are next, and you'll be standing up here fighting for justice just as well as I am. I am so disappointed in the state of Minnesota. My son loved this state. He had one tattoo on his body, and it was of the Twin Cities, the state of Minnesota with TC on it. My son loved this city, and this city killed my son, and the murderer gets away. Are you kidding me right now? We're not evolving as a civilization. We're devolving. We have taken steps forward. People have died for us to have these rights, and now we're devolving. We're going back down to 1969. Damn! What is it gonna take? I'm mad as hell right now. Yes, I am. My firstborn one son died here in Minnesota. Under the circumstances, just because he was a police officer, that makes it okay. Oh, now they got free reign. He's found innocent on all counts. He's shot into a car with no regard for human life, and that's okay. Thank you, Minnesota. Thank you, Minnesota. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I've never heard nobody take that kind of position before. It's usually
Because somebody wants to tell them to go up there and stand and say the PC thing to keep the violence down. To not rile up the people.
Yeah.
Not to escalate things. Somebody always doing that. But you don't let them speak their heart, which speaks the truth. That's serious right there, what she was saying.
And Minnesota is Minnesota, Ohio. I'm trying to think of some of them cities that are like, or states whether that's like super interracial.
Yeah.
Minnesota and Ohio for sure. It's heavy, but man, we gotta end that. We gotta end it on that, though. I ain't nothing else to say, man.
Hey, man, look, this was just something that we had to get together and talk on, man. Because again, to sum it up, we gotta talk to these athletes, man. What are you really doing with your money? Stop worrying about going back and forth with somebody that don't have the juice that you're supposed to have, don't have the resources that you have. You overqualified to talk about somebody that's with us when we're in our 20s and 30s and 40s because you didn't have to go through that. If you're an NBA player, you should be worried about the collective bargaining agreement, the CBA. You can talk on the CBA. You can talk about why we need to be holding you accountable for why more NBA players are broke when they leave. You can talk about that, but you can't fucking talk about what it feels like for any man in their 20s when your ass been making millions. Any man in their 30s when you've been making millions. You don't have to go through this life like we do. You don't have to get a roommate when you're in your 20s just to make sure that you don't have to struggle. You don't have to worry about when you're 27, 25 years old to make sure that you do anything you can not to have to go back and live with your parents. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You don't be Shaq. Don't be going back and forth with LeVar Ball. You don't know what that man did, man. His kids love him. He's been there. Your father was there. So the hell what if you don't like what he's saying? Listen to the content behind it. Listen to the intent. Look at what the words he's saying. Don't worry about how he's saying it.
No doubt.
That's bullshit, Shaq. And I can say that you a big motherfucker, but that's some big ass bullshit you doing, man. You need to go find that man. A real fucking man to go find him and say, hey man, dog, I ain't mean nothing like that. Well, you know what? I probably did mean it, but you know what? I take it back.
I understand. Like you said, this is a legacy.
I don't know what you've been through.
It's a legacy for his family.
I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what you've been through.
Big baller brand.
You've been fucking Superman ever since you left LSU. You ain't had no fucking kryptonite to hit you, man. Your Achilles went down. That's the kryptonite for a minute. Then you back to playing again. You've been Superman forever. You don't know what it feels like to be a common citizen. Shut up, man. Barkley, you don't know what it feels like to be a common citizen, man. Shut the fuck up. You getting TNT money.
TNT
They
money.
paying you.
Big time.
And all you doing is talking down on people. You used to talk about you was going to run for the mayor or the governor of Alabama. Be that. Why you stop?
Right, make that
Make
happen.
some fucking laws change. Make some rules change. Get your ass off of TV and go run the state of Alabama, man. Talking down on people. That's some bullshit. Black people, everybody's still dying. The communities are still in poverty. We still trying to find our way. And what you doing with your money? Huh? Oh, fucked up ass golf swing. We out of here.
This golf swing is fucked up. Oh man. Nah, that was funny.